that I have experience working with students. So I was in a corporate for 15 years, and I used to hire students from these universities and schools. Now, the most important thing here is we feel that these students don't hear. How can we give them good knowledge if they are not giving us attention? Distraction is like everywhere. So how do we get attention of these students? And then we have this huge task of making sure that the classroom is a happy classroom and these students get a holistic growth while we are working with them. So it is as good as having a plant. We put the plant in a pot. So what all is required for the plant to grow properly? So anybody who wants to share, what all is required for a plant? You can unmute and share, or you can put it on the chat window. What do you require for a plant to grow? Yes, I want everyone to share. What do you think?
To water it properly daily.
Right, proper water, air, soil. Thank you, Sona ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Nilesh. Thank you, Sandeep ji. Thank you, Nirbhay Rana. Yes, nutrition, water, care, good environment, attention, proper nutrients, air, soil. Absolutely. Wow. Do you know there was a study in US where there were two kinds of plants, and the study said that one plant where they had good music, so the plants really blossomed, and the other place where the same weather conditions were there, but there was a lot of noise and not a happy environment around, the plants could not grow. Same happened, a study done with the cows. And the cows who were kept in a conducive environment, same feed, same everything, just that the environment was conducive, good music, and people who were nice to them, they gave much, much more yield of milk than the ones who were kept in a bad environment with noise, which was not happy noise. So these studies have proven that happiness actually help in making learning more, learning absorption more, and same way growing holistically is there when we have a happy and conducive environment around. Same goes for students. We all want our students to pay attention to us. So, what all is required? There is a study by Netherlands. I've tried to cover that study in our presentation today. So, what all is required for a classroom to be a happy classroom where we can actually make sure of a complete development, holistic development of students? The transition phase where we meet these students. Yes, so trust is very, very important. The students need to have that trust on the management, the teachers, the professors, the mentors. So yes, very important for holistic development of students. So when we meet these students in their college life, this is actually when we meet them, this is their first year in the college, right? So how different the environment for those students is, and what are the challenges they are facing? It is very important to understand what challenges they are facing and what kind of mindset they are. Only then we can work around the situation and provide them what they don't have. Right. So please do not see the Instagram ID mentioned here. This is the wrong ID. My Instagram and LinkedIn IDs are Performance Coach Anuradha. Okay, moving ahead. So when these students, they are transitioning from school to college life, lot of these students are coming from different cities, and most of these students have added subjects. In our school life, we get English, Hindi, math, social science, drawing, art, creativity, and all sorts of things. But when these students they join the college, their subjects, the foundation of their education, the focus is totally changed from their language or their 360-degree subjects to one subject, which is either social sciences or computer sciences or any other sciences, or it is STEM, also has now arts, so humanities. So everything for them changes here. Can you stop your yeah, thank you so much. Okay. All right. So now I lost my thought. So yeah, so their subjects completely change. Now there are a lot of things that they need to learn here. Okay. I'll start with my story where I was a topper in my class 10th and plus 2. But when I sat for my college exam, the first exam, I flunked. I had a zero because political science was added as a subject for the first time, and there were a lot of, uh, a lot to be written, which was first time for me. So I got completely blanked out, and I could not write anything. And I just gave the sheet, came out. So this was my first attempt at an exam in my college, Government College for Girls, Sector 11, Chandigarh. And then, of course, it was not a final exam; it was a preliminary test. So thank God. And then I had a word with my teacher and took some time, learned, and I did pretty well in my graduation. But it was a very, very different feeling. So I can really understand that from the best of students, they reach from class topper to nowhere, paupers. They don't know anything, they are completely new to the subjects. If there is anything you guys do not agree, please unmute and let's discuss that, right? So as it says, my freshman year of high school was just awkwardness all around. And I think it goes for a lot of students who are not very extrovert, who are just trying to find out their feet, and who are trying to find out their subjects, their roommates, their things like that. So let's understand the problem first, and then we will address it. Now, the most common technique used to understand any problem statement is the W's and H: who, what, where, when, why, and how. So these random questions lead to random answers. So we need to understand who are we talking about. So we're talking about graduation students, first year, second year, third year. What, where are they coming from, when did they join, why did they join, and how. Now why is very interesting. Lot of these students join because their parents pushed them. They were not looking for a subject in social sciences or probably computer sciences. They had their interest in creativity, but their parents pushed them towards a different subject altogether, right? Somebody wanted to become a chef, but they made them a computer engineer, right? So parents have their own reasons to push students, push kids, but ultimately who is suffering? The students. And we who are not able to get through them because they're not paying attention. So let's understand their problem areas and how we can help them. So my the only intent here is to make sure that the classroom is a happy classroom. Now, a lot of times when I'm talking to professors, they ask me why happy classroom. And if our why is clear, we do things absolutely with our heart in it. So let's understand why happy classroom. First, happier students work better, get ill less often, so good attendance. They will take less time off from college and your classes, they'll get higher grades, they're generally more successful. Happier students will do better academically and their behavior improves as well. So when the students are happy altogether, we get good results. So that is the reason why we need to make a happy classroom. Now, what are we dealing with? We also need to understand what we are dealing with. So we are dealing with the transformation, the transition from schools to college. Now they have issues there. They don't know how to figure out their classes. In our schools, we sit in one classroom and the day gets over. Here, they are shifting classrooms. Every class, every lecture is in a different classroom. Then we have a lot of friends in our school, right? Because we grow up in the same classroom, we get promoted together. Here they have been uprooted from their city, state, at times country, and they have moved to a place altogether new for them. So loneliness is there, right? They have a lot of distractions. How? At our schools, we are made to just focus on education and probably sports, some co-curricular activities. But here, that environment, that shell actually breaks, and we are right there where we can skip classes, where we have so many distractions. There are the other gender who is new to us, and it fascinates. The hormones are rushing, so everything is distracted. We are not there, students are not there, they're distracted. Then there is peer pressure. Some people, some students who are sharing a hostel room, the peers are into drinking as well. However hard we try, my son told me that, Mom, I have students in my college who smoke as well. So it is like substance abuse and everything we are dealing with. And for us, the students are hiding it from us. Whereas the students around them, they are trying to influence them. So there is a lot of peer pressure to get into a bad habit, maybe drinking, smoking, and what sorts of new things. And there is nobody to keep a check on the students. They are free from their parents. They have moved out. So that pressure. Then there is academic pressure. In professional colleges, the students are in a mindset that now we have to really think about securing a job through our education. So they would be under pressure to study as well as understand how to get a job. A lot of students here are dealing with loans as well. So that is what we are dealing with. So as of now, we've done why, and now we have done what as well. Moving to where does happiness fits into education? As I said, happiness researcher Sonia said happiness is defined as the experience of joy, contentment, positive well-being, combined with a sense of life is good, it is meaningful, it is worthwhile. So we are right here, we are making life worthwhile. We are making them understand how education can make them content, how they can actually find positivity, how their life is going to be good once they have started studying, they have started increasing their knowledge, etc. Right? Yes, Mr. Anchit Cham has raised a hand. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon, Anchit sir.
We are talking about making studies a happy or a happy classroom.
Right.
But my viewpoint is कि students को जब हम happy classroom या happiness बता रहे हैं, don't you think कि हम उन्हें दूर कर रहे हैं life की hardships को कैसे face करना है? राजा बेटा रानी बेटी type attitude आ जाएगा student centric जितना हो रहा है. नंबर 2, मैम आजकल हम लोग बहुत देख रहे हैं ये डॉली चाय वाला, MBA चाय वाला और बड़ा पाव वाली लेडी. Students are feeling uncontented towards their degrees. How to make students aware कि भैया जो ये लोग टीवी और इंस्टाग्राम और बिग बॉस पर दिखाते हैं वो सच्चाई नहीं है. It is their degree which has to have in their hands. और अगर बिजनेस करना है तो करो, बट एक डिग्री, एक एफिलिएटेड डिग्री आपके पास होनी जरूरी है. So, ये चीजें भी स्टूडेंट्स को अनहैप्पी बना रही हैं. So how to connect all the dots, ma'am? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Anchit. These are very interesting question. So first question first about that Raja Beta, Raja Beti attitude. So one is that to make them happy students, we don't have to pamper them at all. Not required at all. We have to actually make them professionals, because lot of time I have dealt with this situation. I hire students for my companies, And when they join us, they are still in that school phase where they want to be spoon fed, and they want to be pampered and this that. So tell them the first thing is that now you are no more students, you are a junior most employee here, and your journey is to be that senior most. So do not expect us to pamper you and spoon feed you. So what we are going towards is making a holistic classroom for holistic development, not at all pampering or spoon feeding the students. Sir, when I do orientation programs, I tell these students that from today onwards, don't expect that your teachers are going to educate you, make you understand, page one, page two, page three. No, the universities give you a learning environment, and now you have to start that self study. And there is no dearth of knowledge here. It is, don't get bound with the curriculum, the subject, the books. Internet is there for computer science students. Everything is free these days. These are not these are open source languages, so even 10th class students can learn coding. So you don't have to go by only the course books they have been assigned. So we will reach there, and happiness doesn't have to be through pampering or through cuddling or anything. Happiness is when we are working on a holistic approach, when we are even understanding the importance of breathing, the importance of outside I'll cover the entire thing as per the study. So we will not take happiness to being pampered students, and very student centric it is, because we are working on the students are the plants. So we don't have to cuddle the plant, but we have to provide proper, as I said, as the participants have said, environment, water, soil, nutrients, and the as the subject says. The second question was the degrees and still working on, their own chai, wala, and stuff. Tell me, when we got to know that our prime minister used to sell chai, I don't know how much reality or lie it is.
Just,
Did we? Yes,
ma'am,
sir.
just my question is not related to Mr. Prime Minister. My
No, no,
question
it's
is
not.
कि जैसे वड़ा पाव वाली लेडी है, इनको
Right.
देख इनको देखते हुए स्टूडेंट्स को ये लगता है कि हमारी डिग्री बेकार है, इससे अच्छा
हाँ,
तो
नहीं,
हम
ऐसा
ठेला
तो है
खोल
ही
लेते
नहीं।
हैं।
करेक्ट, बट ऐसा बिल्कुल है नहीं ना, क्योंकि
It's
देखिए जब
how
हमें। जी सर।
my point was कि हम स्टूडेंट्स को फिर ऐसे हैप्पी क्लासरूम्स में ये चीजें कैसे लेके आए कि उन्हें लगे कि हाँ ठीक है, डिग्री इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट।
राइट।
डॉट को कनेक्ट कीजिए मैम प्लीज, थैंक यू।
एब्सोल्युटली सर। डॉक्टर विनोद, यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग?
Yes, ma'am. I want
श्योर
to
प्लीज।
add that it is a kind of positive energy that lies in the students, and we have to analyze these energies. We are not here to just हमें negative energy को students के mind में नहीं रहने देना है, और
राइट।
हमें इसके जो है जो एजुकेशन का करिकुलम है हमारा, उसके साथ प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर जो है वो हमें देना पड़ेगा बच्चे को।
एब्सोल्युटली,
और
एब्सोल्युटली।
जहाँ तक बात आती है कि हम इसको कैसे कोप अप करें, स्टूडेंट जो है जैसे हम लेक्चर्स ले रहे हैं, लेक्चर डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, स्टूडेंट्स यूज टू टॉक टू ईच अदर, दे आर नॉट
करेक्ट।
इंटरेस्टेड इन टेकिंग द थ्योरी क्लासेस।
ओके।
बट हमें उनको छोड़ना नहीं है, हमने उनको फ्री नहीं छोड़ना है कि भाई जस्ट टू सिट देयर एंड गॉसिपिंग देयर इन क्लास। तो टीचर से ये
So
तो
first question first. So let's take it to Mr. Anchit Jam's question, that how we increase the importance of degree here in the course.
Yes, ma'am. Practicals must be incorporated there. Theory plus
Absolutely.
practicals. हमें ये
Right.
नहीं होना चाहिए कि थ्योरी में कुछ पढ़ा रहे हैं, प्रैक्टिकल्स में कुछ और।
Practical importance of education has to be realized along with education. So while we are studying, see, not everyone is made for. Somebody has an interest in making tea or making vada paos or doing all these stuff. So that is their prerogative, what profession they have chosen. Right, we have to even make sure that we make the students understand the reality, that what are we really studying or not studying to start a cart are we going towards that culture, or I really want to make a huge software or a software company and give them a lot of jobs, create jobs. See, there are two kinds of students we have. One is, though, one are those who are very much interested in business. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start something new. I want to address this problem. These students will anyways go for entrepreneurship, and their idea can be anything. If they want to help unfortunate, unprivileged kids, they will make something creative to help those kids. So these students will learn the technology to help the students or help the people as an entrepreneur. The second types are who are looking for jobs. These kids are sincerely interested to study, understand the subject, the languages, the architecture, the databases, everything, so that they can be employable. So this is our second audience. And then there are these third, if you have, who has seen their degrees and what kind of percentage they had, whether they flunked or they passed, all those people who are getting successful. So for us, we have to give them a practical case study, and we don't have to do anything about it, Anchit sir. We can give them Vadawala girl's name and ask them to do a case study. And the case study will open their eyes that, okay, if she has done her degree, this is what she scored. This is why she opted for a business or a job like this. We present data showing higher employment rates and better jobs. Yeah, so we have to show them. See, this girl is not going to get a job in Google, in Microsoft, in Tata, what many of our students are aspiring for. So those who want to, give up the importance of their education because of these small fish, I think they are not our audience, and they need to be, their eyes need to be opened that you are getting trapped by the power of social media, nothing else. So these are influencers, and these influencers should influence us only for entertainment and not business opportunities. This, I think, we have to show these students. So I think we need to make them see the realistic approach, that out of billions of people, we hear only 3 or 4 stories that can be counted on our hand. So that will help these students at least see the reality, that what they are up for. And we are not just our dreams are not just limited to Delhi, Chandigarh, and Punjab, or any other city. These are students who are aspiring for global opportunities. So we have to show them, none of these guys have a Ferrari, none of these guys have a huge bungalow. So we have to tell them that even if they have, only 5 people made it to top. So that is what the reality is. So moving ahead, let's understand these students have anxieties of starting something new. So these students are transitioning from school to college now, forced expectations of parents, fear of ragging, fear of the unknown, different pattern of subjects as I covered, money management. Now, these students have recently got access to this kind of money and manage it themselves. The parents give them money, that now you are on your own, you have to manage it. New for them, right? Now, separation from school friends, pressure of making new friends. So, a lot of pressure for them. And as I said, the hormones, a lot of competition. Now, professors have a competition with the other gender because students are busy finding a partner for themselves. And then handling roommates. As I said, some students are organized and they're dealing with a lot of students who are not organized, the roommates whom they have to live with now. Then peer pressure of substance abuse, drinks, late nights, and stuff like that. So now comes the subject. What I want to really address, now that we understand the problem, how to foster this, the happy classrooms and minimize distractions, maximize learning. First method is tribal classrooms. Now, humans are innately tribal. They want social interactions, positive relationship building. So, just initially, when we are dealing with the first years, we are going through the orientations, very important that we make group discussions just like we do during the interviews. So these students need to know each other, and we need to know our students. Who are the ones who are answering promptly? They are the extroverts. Who are the ones who know the answers but they're keeping quiet? Once we ask them to get up, they will answer accurately, nicely, and articulate well. These are our introvert students. Then there are students who are making noise, who are not attentive. So these are the distracted lot. Now we have to understand our audience to make sure that we can be effective with them. Right? Just like when we are going to Himachal, we know that we have to carry woolen clothes. When we are going to beaches, we know that we have to carry dry fits. So this is the kind of preparation professors have to do as well. Okay. Now, the second is mindfulness. Now we know that the students are distracted. Why? Because of this transition. Now we know that the students are very distracted. So the first thing we need to do is make them mindful when they listen to us, when they are connected to us. So we have to create some moments of stillness in the class. Even things like we can all when we enter the classroom, off and on we can say, okay, today we'll have a 1 minute or 30 seconds of silence. Just close your eyes and stand, or sit and close your eyes. That one moment of stillness will bring them back from everything else they had been thinking about. We also have to think that if we are mindful, only then we can make our students mindful. So we also, when we go to the classroom, of course, deep breaths are very, very important. So you strengthen the parts of the brain in charge of attention and emotional regulation. So we need to be mindful, and our students need to be mindful. So try to do these small, small activities of deep breathing or silence, or focus on this one point. Everyone, see, I'll show you a magic. Just look at the spot on the wall. These are small, small things to make them mindful. Or you can just simply tell them, okay, I want everyone to close their eyes and hear the noise. I'll ask you, what did you hear? So what did you do? Any of the five senses, you can just, yeah, any of the five senses, you can just bring them together and make them mindful before you start the class. Third is rewire negative bias. Now we have grown, and our evolution was from cavemen. So back then, we were always in a fear, continuous fear of being attacked by animals or nature. So that is why we are always biased towards negativity, right? So now what happens? These negative codes, they kept us safe back then, right? Now what we got to do is we need to break that pattern and bring our students to a positive bias. How we can do it? Very simple. I'm going to do that activity with all of you right now. Do I have your attention? I want all of you to write three good things that happened to you anytime in last 1 week. And you can start with today. Three good things that you experienced today. You can take it to 1 month or today. Three things that went well. So when we ask people about their three good things or one good thing or something good great that happened, we create a space of happiness. So that is the only intent I had. We need to understand we are sitting in classrooms for hours, so it is very important to occasionally stretch as well. But this is not the stretch what I am going to go ahead with. Here I'm talking about stretch which is your learning ability. It is, if you are hearing something which you know already, it becomes boring. Same way, if you are trying to learn something which is not getting understood or which is really making you stretch your learning ability a lot, again you get bored. So what is really important is to understand what is the sweet spot, where till where they can be stretched, their learning, their ability, their thought process can be stretched. So let's say if you have a student who is learning about a concept for the first time, you cannot take them to the depth. First touch the surface level knowledge, and then you can keep going deeper. So very important to understand till where you can stretch. Otherwise, either the students will feel they are very dumb because they are not getting anything, or they will think that they know everything and it is getting boring for them. So that mental sweet spot has to be understood. That's till where we can stretch has to be controlled by the professor only. Now here is zone of proximal development. Again, through applying the concept of zone of proximal development, the teacher identifies what a child already knows, teaches him or her something new, giving them example of the thing they know, right? Then relate this back to his prior knowledge so that he or she can understand the new concept with assistance. So these can be, you can call them analogies, or you can call them examples from something they can relate to, or contextual learning, so that we understand. And you can give examples from anywhere. So if you can see the diagram, it is very clearly saying what I can learn on my own, what I can learn with help, and the third is beyond my reach. So we have to understand that we are at ZPD. We have to make them, take them to the ZPT stage. And if there is something which is beyond their reach, we don't have to teach them everything now. So we have to understand how much we can help them, till which level we can take them. And remaining, I think experience will make them learn. But we can't make these students PhD students when they are actually at a graduation state where they are learning about a concept. So we have to understand that zone of proximal development till where we can actually take them. That is where actual development happens. Other than that, they will not understand only. So next is the flow state. So the flow state is very simple. Like when we start running, it is really hurting us. We know that it's paining, the legs are paining, the joints are paining everywhere. We can feel that pain. But at one point, we keep running and we forget our pains, and everything becomes very simple, and it seems like we are just in the flow state. So that is the flow state where we forget about the pain, the pleasures, the work, the effort we are putting, but we are in that state. So that is the art. That is what we need to make our students learn and take them to. When we are able to really focus on what it is we are doing, we are likely to experience the flow. So we need to connect our students to the why they are learning this, right? And we have to bring that focus in our students. Flow is an optimal state of psychological being. Those who experience flow more regularly show deeper learning, greater long-term interest in subject, and higher level of well-being. So these people in flow state who are just one with what they are learning or what they are doing, they are happier beings, because they are doing what they want to do. They are focused, they are not distracted. We need to create an atmosphere such that our class can lose themselves in the work. That is our job. As students, as professors, we need to bring our students to the flow state. That is where what our job. Very important for a teacher, a mentor, a professor to play to the students' strength. We need to identify their top signature strengths, and study shows that when we use our strength in a novel way, we are significantly happy. So very important that we need to learn what I am good at, and then start working on it, right? So I've mentioned a few. You can take a screenshot of this as well. Strengths based learning environment. So we need to understand our students' strengths and then take them towards the education. Lot of students are looking, a lot of teachers are looking for weaknesses. And what happened? The students, they become discouraged or they feel belittled because they are not reaching to their teachers' expectations. So here the teacher need to look at the student's strength, right? The better teacher feel about their own ability. Now if you are looking at your students strengths and you see they are increasing their efforts or they are improving their performance, so that gives us a happy sense of being. We feel that yes, our abilities are good and we are able to influence our students. So, research shows that student success is directly affected by the teacher's belief in himself or herself that yes, I can work on developing my student's strength. So, here I'm asking a very humble question. All the teachers, professors here, who all think that they are able, their abilities can actually help their students do better. You can help your students build their strength. Do you believe in yourself? A yes or no will help. Or is it a neutral thing? Do the teachers here believe in their strengths? Thank you, Dr. Hasmukh. I was just believing that everyone is sleeping here. Thank you, Santosh, Sandeep. Okay, at least three of them they believe. Okay, thank you, Mitu Segal. Thank you, Mr. Sudarshan, Mr. Nirbhay, Mr. Syed Nurul. Yes, Dr. Dharmesh, thank you. So it is very important that we believe that we have the ability. A lot of times the teachers say that, oh, I'm done with it. I cannot help the students. Oh, it is not in my ability to gather their attention. So if we think that way, we cannot help our students. The next is practice kindness. Very important. The best way to spread it is to be kind yourself. So practice kindness. The best way to spread it is to be kind yourself. Teachers who use kind words, who are polite, respectful, who are patient and well mannered, have children who emulate them. So it is very important to be a role model, that we are polite and respectful to our students. They are adults. We have to deal with them as adults so that they, take that responsibility and behave like one. You could even encourage your children to carry out random acts of kindness. That act of kindness can be, not, you don't have to ask them to be kind, go help somebody, that is very random. What you can do is, you can just simply once in a while ask the students, what is the last kind thing you have done? Only that question. Keep forum open for 5-10 minutes. Let students open their hearts out that I helped somebody, I did this, I helped a bird, I helped a pet, or I helped my parents, or I did anything. Once they share, you close the window there. And what happens is, these students and their small acts actually help the other students. So these random acts can help inspire other students to be kind themselves. So now Nirbhay Rana says, how can we keep all students engaged during lectures, considering some prefer longer sessions, other shorter ones, and some may not be interested? How to maintain that? See, simple. Right now we are in online session, so it is becoming a little difficult for me as well. Because I don't know who all are really listening, the videos are not on and stuff like that, so I cannot even ensure that everyone is engaged. But still, simple asking a question and getting all the yes was my way of checking that how many of you are attentive, right? I had 2 3 games, but I skipped them as of now. So these are games, small, 2 minutes, 1 minute game, to make sure that these students, or my students here, you all are engaged, right? Asking questions, or a small activity that everyone can do, simple activity. So these are the ways to keep your students engaged, right? All right, moving ahead. Next is be optimistic. Mitu Sehgal has raised a hand. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon, ma'am. Can
Ma'am,
you?
thank you for the wonderful session, first of all.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Ma'am, one thing I would like to know that students nowadays are, mm, they know every material is available online. Each and
Yeah.
every material is available online. They just sit in the class just for the sake of attendance, and while delivering the lectures they are not interested at all, because they know that everything is available on the YouTube or other sources. They just come to the college, roam here and there, go to the cafeteria, and moreover is there is a lack of respect among the teachers, as we can see all this.
Very
So
sad.
how will we handle all these things?
And this is very sad to hear that, less respect and students are not attentive and all. But what we can really do is that we can, one, create a repo with the students. See, lot of times the students would just come because they like the professor to be there in the class. So we need to, that's why I'm saying happier classroom. That is the first hook to gather these students to be in the class, this by choice. The second is that we give them value. Now, while we are giving them value, we have to give them a holistic value, not just the subject. Because, ma'am, subject is like I always say, everything is available on YouTube, internet, but information is not enough. Implementation is. I am a life coach. A lot of people come to me for coaching. I start with a mere 2000 rupees discovery session, and there I give them so much value and let them understand that how much they need to improve in their life, that they are keen to get coached by me. And here we are talking about people who are paying extra, after their degree courses and everything, they're paying extra to learn these life skills and how to get coached and why to get coached. So they're giving me money for that. So we need to make sure that while we are good at our subject, practically the hard skill we are teaching them, we need to be good in those soft skills as well, that the students want to sit and listen to us. And we need to tell them that YouTube, internet, or course books, that is information, but information is not enough, implementation is. And when you are connected to a coach or a professor, then the professor will handhold you and take you through wherever you are stuck. So, once in a while you can just have a class on Q&A class. Today is the Q&A series. So let's say Thursdays are Q&A series. Any student who is doing self study, who is stuck, come and ask question. And from those questions, the entire class also learns. So that is a very good way of making sure that students know the value of the professor who has years of experience on the subject and who can give a practical answer. Otherwise, ma'am, none of the profession will be important. See, now with chat GPTs and these AI coaches, why would somebody go to a life coach? I also thought that once, that thought crossed my mind. But it is the human touch everyone comes for. That a human is listening to me, a human is going to guide me through his or her experiences. So we need to know how to leverage the power of AI, but also at the same time become better than that. So the students will certainly come to us if they know that we are at this level. And I think professors need to do these uh, Udemy, Coursera courses and share it with your students, that today I completed let's say a short course from Massachusetts, this company, this country, this institute, this academy. So I have done a few courses myself from Coursera. And when I do it, I share it on LinkedIn that yes, I have learned art of negotiation today from, University of, I can't even pronounce some names. So this helps the students understand the value of learning more and they also get intrigued. What has ma'am learned? What is it? कुछ नया आया है market में. So that thing, that inquisitiveness, we have to ensure we have. Ma'am, am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I think this is what we can do. We can upgrade ourselves. We can make a repo with students, and we can make our students inquisitive. That is how they are going to be interested to be in our classes. Then is be optimistic. Now here we all are understanding the problems. We are talking about their attention issues. We are talking about our competition, which is YouTube and all. So think about it. When we are going with this mindset, we are already thinking, what will these students listen? Why will they listen to us? Why would they be interested? Everything is available on internet. So we are also not optimistic at all. So we need to be optimistic at all times before we are going to our class. Optimists are happier, have better health, less likely to suffer from depression, help them challenge their negative self chatter. Lastly, see their situation from a more hopeful perspective. So it is very important that we are optimistic. You know, as teachers, that optimism is so infectious. We reach our class and we're like, okay, guys, today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic. And I'm sure that this is something you have not learned before. Okay, anybody who knows about ABC topic? Now, one, we are challenging that you have not even heard about it. Two, we are giving them a chance to prove themselves to a teacher that I know it. I have heard about it, I've learned it, I know about it. So both ways it is a win-win is for our class. Right? If a student talks about the topic which you were just challenging everyone else gets to know that okay, we can learn it on our own also. So be optimistic yourself that you are going to give value. Very important, walk the talk. See, if we have good physique, good body, physically fit, our self esteem is high, and our students, they will look at us and they will also feel that yes, this teacher I want to make a repo with, I want to learn with. The teacher is happening, the teacher knows a lot, the teacher takes care of his or her health as well. So, very important, exercise. We need to boost our physical and mental health through exercise, and our students will take a page out of our health. Do we agree here? So, my friends, very, very important that we are healthy, we exercise so that the students understand the importance and they also like to go for it. And once they have those happy hormones like dopamine, endorphins, their attention, their mindset is totally about what we are teaching them, and that will boost their brain power. Walk the talk, practice what you preach. A happy teacher will make a happy classroom. The one factor that will make your classroom happier is you. If you go like the captain of a ship, you will make sure that you will make the students also in shape. Focus on your well-being, pace yourself, set boundaries for work and rest, and recharge on a daily basis. If you are recharged, your students will certainly work towards health and holistic development. Now, co-planning. There are so many tools available on the internet for collaborating. I just took a picture of here. So I also use a lot of tools with my team. Very important that we collaborate on now any plan we have. So children have a lot to offer. Give them the voice, share the planning, and share the responsibility of determining the direction of learning. So that only you can do. Make sure that you are focused and you help your students to collaborate in the group study. Have frequent pit stops. Very important. Enjoyment break to refresh the brain. Now, when I said that, who all wants to play a game here? Now, I'll ask you all. your favorite television show, anything, OTT, any show that you watch. Let's know ourselves better. So which is your favorite television show? Couple show, okay, yeah, comedy with couple. सारा भाई वर्सेस सारा भाई, खतरों की खिलाड़ी, ओके, कपिल शर्मा शो, CID, Tom and Jerry, I used to watch it, Big Boss, never watched. Okay, my favorite movie is Road is CID, okay. Favorite movie, Splitsvilla, Tarak Mehta. Now the favorite movie, रहना है तेरे दिल में, okay, RSTDM. What is MPK? Okay, मैंने प्यार किया, right. Bahubali, amazing movie. Beautiful Life, Secrets of Life, of Walter Mitty. Raja Hindustani, Pushpa, No One, Bahubali again, Sholay, again. Oh, Sholay was an all-time hit. Beautiful Mind, Anand, Stranger Things, amazing. The show was also good. Life of Pi, OMG, Fast and Furious. My favorite place is, favorite place. It can be any destination. Okay, Mitu, I've just come from Goa today. Shimla, Kashmir, Sonipat, Goa, Spain, Goa, Dehradun, Turkey. I love Dehradun myself. Uttarakhand, my native. Where is your native, please? Kolhapur, Dehradun, Uttarakhand, Leh, wow, Amritsar, Uttarakhand, Pakistan, Uttarakhand, Dharamshala, okay, Nandini, Holy Rajput, okay, I don't know the place. Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Balia, Uttarakhand, Ujjain, Chamoli, Oli, Kashmir. Okay, anybody who wants to unmute and share the craziest thing I ever did was?
When I started my college, so a hardcore backbencher. So पहले तो मेरे the benches we sat on कोई फीमेल स्टूडेंट बैठती नहीं थी, but then किस्मत खराब थी एक बेचारी की, बैठ गई हमारे आगे, दो थी बेसिकली. So उनका क्या रहता था, they used to remove their chappals, footwears and lap बना के वो चेयर पर बैठते थे. So I just pulled out their footwears, threw them out. And they were sitting like they both girls joined their heads, looking at the blackboard. So पीछे से उनकी गुद बांधी थी. And when they stood up, दोनों के सर टकराया बस.
Okay.
So that's what the craziest I did in my college. One of the things.
That was interesting. Back then, अगर cell phones होते तो ये viral हो जाता.
नहीं, बैक बेंचेस है तो शायद पहले सबके फोन बंद होते.
अच्छा. Interesting. Good share. Thank you. So, see, these small discussions actually change the environment, bring everybody in the discussion. So, I think these things should be promoted in the class. We can actually make a 5-minute moment where everybody gathers and talk informally. And then they will see that, oh my God, this side of my professor, even they have done the same things that we do. That's the way we can, make repo with them. Repo banane ka yahi tarika hai. You share with them. Actually, we are anyways at the top because of being professors, more educated, the soft skills we have, our behavior, our demeanor, our dress up. So these students are intimidated. So we need to bring them out this way. So this is my book. If you can take a picture or just take the name, Life Lessons by Coach Anuradha, and you can find it on any platform like Flipkart, Kobo. Moving ahead, write competition. See, it is very important that the teachers, the professors, the mentors' mindset is also good when they are teaching. So a lot of times I see that there is so much competition happening within the staff room that the teachers are not at peace to educate, to go and deliver lectures. So please understand, collaboration is king, but cooperation is queen. We need to collaborate and cooperate with each other. No one should be burning out and working themselves into the ground, and no one should be worried about their status as a competent teacher. Being non competitive, being satisfied that you are doing a good job, working as a team of learners makes all the difference. So, we as professors need to seek flow as well, not superiority, that I am the best professor. If we are in that flow state, we are anyways doing so good. And that is why the name of my company is Be Better HR Solutions. I don't go for best or talk about superiority. We have to become better every day. Even if you are the best, see, best is stagnant. So get married to the word better and keep getting better, better, better. Coach more. Teaching is focused on imparting knowledge and learning, where the teacher is in charge of the interaction. It has little to do with the student as an individual. So we need to get out of that teaching mode and become collaborators, because as ma'am said, everything is available on YouTube. We need to see what they know and then carve the learning around it. Good teaching is good coaching achieved through modeling, which we are doing ourselves, and feedback to achieve high quality work together. Together is important. Coaching is about helping the students bring out what they already know, not necessarily that you are teaching them something new. Then the 15th is go wild. Outdoor learning is vital for education because nature is a powerful resource. The children can learn from practical hands-on activities, and you can tap into their curiosity. It is a social experience and children learn from working together. Learning outdoor is fun. Once in a while, just like I said, breathing, I said pit stops. Same way, you can at times think about taking the class outside. Or if you have a huge class and cannot go outside, for that one class, open the windows. Let the nature be experience the weather, if you have good weather, not in summers, of course. So now, quick tips: allow your students to connect previous knowledge or experiences with that they are currently learning. So, as we said, ZPD, right? Previous knowledge and new knowledge, connect them. Then encourage them frequently and genuine praises, not ingenuine. Be sure they have actually earned your praise so that they don't get offended. Give your students an idea of how far they have come. So you have to show them their progress. Lot of time students are discouraged because they feel that they are not learning, they are not improving, they are not scaling. So I use this in their coaching method also. When I'm coaching them, I keep track of their progress and I show it to them that, see, you have improved. Now, play superheroes to stop bullying. A lot of students are getting bullied. We need to act like superheroes to stop that, bullying.
I want to share my crazy thing.
Sure, please go ahead.
Ma'am, I just do social researches
Okay,
and practical experiences. तो
right,
मैंने क्या किया मैम, एक बार डिसाइड किया कि मैं रोड के ऊपर, लगभग हमारा रोड है 1 किलोमीटर,
right,
तो 1 किलोमीटर तक मैं हंसते हुए जाऊंगा।
okay,
एंड मैं इसमें एनालाइज ये करना चाहता था कि लोग दुखी कितने हैं। तो मैंने क्या किया, चौक के ऊपर खड़ा होकर के दोनों हाथ ऊपर करके एंड आई स्टार्ट लाफिंग एंड देयर 3 old age persons were sitting
okay.
and they were constantly looking for 5 minutes and they just irritated,
Oh God.
and one of them asked me that, are you crazy? So ma'am, I just wish him that Uncle ji, Jai Shri Ram.
Interesting.
And yes, and then he say, बेटा ऐसे पागलपंथी क्यों कर रहे हो?
Okay.
तो मैंने उसको रिप्लाई किया कि मैम कि सर आप जो है 3 दिन से यहीं पे बैठे हुए हो और आप चुपचाप बैठे हो। एंड मैम सरप्राइजिंग कि भाई वो तीनों चुपचाप ही बैठते थे।
Okay.
तो मैं जो है इवनिंग वॉक पे जाता था, तो मैंने यही एक्सपेरिमेंट किया कि भाई मैं उनसे पूछूं कि भाई व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम।
Right.
तो वो मुझे हंसते हुए, मैं ये कह करके फिर दोबारा हंसना शुरू कर दिया।
Okay.
तो यू जस्ट सरप्राइज टू हियर कि वो खुद हंसने लग गया।
Okay. Good.
एंड उसके बाद जो तीनों जो हैं वो इकट्ठे हो गए मेरे पास, और मैंने शेयरिंग की कि उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स क्या थी। कि वन वाज वेरी ऑड इन होम, इसीलिए वो
Okay.
आके देखता था कि भाई सोसाइटी मतलब जिस रोड पे जो चलते हैं वो खुश हैं या दुखी हैं, वो यही देखता था बस। दूसरा क्या देखता था कि दुनिया में प्रॉब्लम कितनी है, और तीसरा क्या करता था कि उन दोनों को एनालाइज करता था। तो हैप्पी टू हियर कि भाई उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स जो थी वो मैंने 3 दिन में शॉर्ट आउट कर दी।
Very good. Very good.
कैसे? मैंने उनको सिर्फ एक ही बात कही कि सर आप लोग मेरे साथ चलेंगे घूमने?
Ji.
तो उन्होंने कहा कि बेटा क्या करेंगे चल के? मैंने कहा सर चलो तो सही। तो वो मेरे साथ, एक बूढ़ा जो ओल्ड एज पर्सन था, वो मेरे से 500 मीटर तक चला,
Okay.
और वी जस्ट शेयर पर्सनल थिंग्स। और पर्सनल थिंग्स में क्या शेयर किया कि वो दुखी क्यों है, फैमिली में सब कुछ ठीक है, फैमिली जो है वो ठीक है, इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड ठीक है, एंड इवन देन
Ji.
ही इज जस्ट सो सैड।
Imagine.
तो क्रेजियस्ट थिंग क्या थी कि तीनों मिलकर के वो मेरे साथ दे जस्ट वेट फॉर मी आफ्टर दैट, कि भाई वो बेटा आएगा और हमें हंसाएगा।
Wow.
एंड इट गिव्स मी सो मच प्लेजर। और क्रेजियस्ट थिंग तो ये थी कि भाई उसमें जो है ओल्ड एज लेडीज शामिल हो गई,
क्या बात है.
और वी एंजॉयड ए लॉट देयर मैम। एंड आई थिंक लगभग 4 महीने हो गए हैं, और हम शाम को जो है लगभग 1 किलोमीटर ओल्ड एज और मैं और जो है हमारा ग्रुप जो है लगभग 23 पीपल्स का हो गया है, और हम जो है कंटिन्यूअस लाफिंग करते हुए चलते हैं, शेयरिंग करते हुए चलते हैं। तो आई वांट टू शेयर दीज थिंग्स मैम।
Oh, that's wonderful. I would clap for your crazy act, which is actually very kind. You are giving time to people who are actually lonely and without direction. So, very good thing. Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Vinod.
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू।
Mr. Anchit wants to share something as well.
Not actually a sharing, man,
Sure.
uh, but during your presentation, or say like the conversation you had with us,
Right.
there was a point where you said ki AI is giving us a challenge. As educators, we do
Right.
face challenges from like YouTube channels, AI driven technology, AI coaches. So you gave us an understanding that we being professors, we can ask students that wherever they are stuck, they
Right.
can contact us. So that is so motivating for us कि भैया हमें भी आगे रहना है. It is a challenge for us कि वो हमें नहीं पता है वो YouTube के ऊपर क्या सुन रहे हैं, कौन सा प्रोफेसर सुन रहे हैं, कौन से चैनल को फॉलो कर रहे हैं. But following some channels, following some online professors, they must be stuck at a point.
True.
So how to get them off, and how to realize them what is the strength of an offline classroom, and what does a physical teacher standing in your classroom means, that is a real challenge. And the way
Absolutely.
you told how to overcome this challenge very easily. That was one of the easiest thing you told us. कि ask them कि वो कहाँ पर फंसे हुए हैं. And it is a challenge for us to keep self upgraded in each and everything, in our, at least in our subject areas, in our core areas. We should be hardcore professors in our core areas.
True.
So that is giving us a real motivation, a real challenge कि भैया जितना मर्जी यूट्यूब आ जाए, जितना मर्जी एआई आ जाए, टीचर क्लास में है तो टीचर ही है वो. फिर यू कैन आस्क एनीथिंग, he or she can handhold you and pull you out of any problem, any
True.
tensions, any stress.
True.
So thank you for this line. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anchit. What we got to know is that AI is to help us. It is an assistant. So AI is going to assist us and bring our students to a certain level. And then from there, if they are asking us questions and they are learning from AI, it is helping our cause, because ultimately we want them to learn. Professor's job is to create a learning environment and be there if they are stuck anywhere, not actually spoon feed for every term and theorem and everything. That's what I believe.
Exactly. But with the introduction of AI and YouTube, it it is creating an environment for the students कि अगर क्लास में समझ में नहीं आया तो YouTube है. लेकिन दे आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि अगर YouTube से समझ नहीं आया तो क्या करेंगे.
Absolutely.
सो दिस वन लाइन कि तुम कहीं पर भी फंस जाओ, मैं हूँ,
Right.
that is a very sweet stuff from your side कि
Thank you.
how we can control the class. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here today. And let's stay connected. My LinkedIn ID is Performance Coach Anuradha. And if you want to encourage me to continue to train and collaborate with the professors and knitter and everywhere, please feel free to give me a Google review on Performance Coach Anuradha. You can Google me there. Thank you.